How's it going, Dragon Ball fans? UnrealEntGaming Gaming back once again here today with another discussion for you all today. Now today, I will be discussing everything wrong with Dragon Ball GT. Now this is only my opinion from my point of view. If you guys feel like you want to drop a comment during any part of this episode, you guys can go ahead and do that. I would like to know your feedback because right now, I'm going to give you all the reasons in the world why GT failed in my opinion. Now, there are a lot of things to talk about, so I would like to know your overall opinion on all of the subjects that I'm going to cover today. So beginning with number one, the one thing that bothered me a lot about Dragon Ball GT that I think failed in capitalizing with the character is Pan. Now, Pan was a very underutilized character, yet again, she was very annoying throughout the series. Grandpa this, Grandpa that. Now, I myself personally have always wanted to see Pan become a Super Saiyan. Pan not becoming a Super Saiyan has been one of the biggest missed opportunities in Dragon Ball GT. Now, there were so many opportunities to have Pan become a Super Saiyan in my opinion, and even though I understand that the logic here would not make any sense because she did not have the necessary training, even though it didn't make any sense for, you know, Goku Jr. in the future to become a Super Saiyan, Goten to become a Super Saiyan, Gohan to become a Super Saiyan when they were all kids, but Pan never became a Super Saiyan. Why is that? Now, that would have been really awesome to have the first ever female Super Saiyan, essentially, but they never really capitalized on that. Pan could have been such a credible character and a very valuable asset to Dragon Ball GT, but they underutilized her, and that really bothered me because, although that was Goku's greatest strength, was Pan, and every time Pan was in trouble, Goku was always there to protect her. Perfect example, when Baby was, you know, beating the crap out of her, Goku, you know, was enraged by this. I mean, like, Baby he threatened to kill her, and Goku was like, I swear to God, if you even touch her, one more attack like that, and I'm gonna make it seem like my previous attack was like nothing. I'm gonna hit you so hard that I'm gonna, like, rip your head off. So Goku was really mad when he was a Super Saiyan 4, because he has so much love for Pan, and again, Pan was underutilized. I mean, she was in GT for the most part, but she was very annoying. I mean, she didn't really help nor contribute towards any cause. She didn't really contribute towards, you know, just fighting the Shadow Dragon. She never really contributed towards fighting Super Android 17 nor Baby to an extent. So Pan was very and just heavily underutilized because I think she would have been a very awesome Saiyan to have a part of the team and, you know, someone to contribute to battle. And I don't know I have no idea what went wrong with Pan. So down below, guys, let me know your overall thoughts on Pan and her not becoming a Super Saiyan, because it would have been awesome to have the very first female Super Saiyan be the daughter of Gohan and the grandchild of Goku. That would have been awesome to see. But again, they underutilized her and they pretty much nerfed her heavily, and instead of making her a badass, they made her very annoying. So I think everybody can agree on that one. Number two, Goku remaining as a kid throughout the series. Alright, listen to me very carefully. What in the blue hell were they thinking about this concept? I mean, alright, fine. I understand keeping him a little kid throughout most of the beginning of the series up until the ending of the Baby Saga, but for the love of God, I mean, did they really just believe that, you know, keeping Goku as a kid would be believable throughout the series? No, it actually took away from Goku's character in my opinion. Alright, sure, it was really cool to see him as a kid become a Super Saiyan 3 and then having that epic transformation, you know, to when he became a Super Saiyan 4 and stuff, but Goku staying as a child throughout the entire series, it bothered me because, I mean, even towards the end, when he left with the Eternal Dragon Shenron, or Shenlong, however you want to call him, when he left Earth and stuff, he was still a kid, and then, you know, years upon years later, we see him as an adult at the World Martial Arts Tournament when we saw Goku Jr. versus Vegeta Jr., so that really pissed me off because, like, you know, they could have kept Goku as a kid throughout the Baby Saga, and then when he, you know, came about as an adult and he met 17 and the Shadow Dragons, he could have been an adult and he could have fought them in his regular base form. Goku even admitted that, you know, Super Saiyan 3 when he was a kid, he wasn't able to handle it very well because his adult body was more used to the transformations and stuff, so that would have been more fitting to see him fight those characters in his adult form, because, you know, his body was able to handle more and stuff like that. So again, guys, to me, Goku staying as a kid throughout the entire series butchered Dragon Ball GT. It butchered Dragon Ball GT so bad that I felt like it was just very cartoonish. They just degraded Goku's character a lot because he was this immature little punk-ass kid, and you can never take him serious because every single time we saw Goku fight in Dragon Ball Z and stuff, he was an adult, he was always serious, he was ready to fight, he always contributed a lot. When he was a kid, he was always, like, you know, cracking out these little jokes and stuff. I understand it's because it's the kid inside him, but still, having Goku remain as a kid was very, very stupid. And if you guys agree, let me know. If you guys don't, let me know again. My third little point here is referencing Vegeta. Now, Vegeta's appearance and lack of becoming a Super Saiyan 3 was a huge problem. First of all, I don't know why in the world Vegeta even cut his hair to begin with. I think personally Vegeta looked very sloppy in Dragon Ball GT. Nonetheless, I mean, there were so many opportunities to where Vegeta could have became a Super Saiyan 3 before becoming a Super Saiyan 4, but they decided to skip that once again, and the one transformation that we've all wanted to see from Vegeta never happened in Dragon Ball GT. Granted, Super Saiyan 3 would have been the perfect level because that would have showcased Vegeta's strength. He's been training over the years, but of course in GT, he wasn't, you know, training as much. He had a daughter and stuff, so that kind of took away. And again, his appearance, seeing Vegeta with a freaking mustache, I hated that so much because, again, that's not Vegeta. Vegeta driving a car with his daughter in there to go take her shopping and stuff, that's not Vegeta. Although, yes, I understand it's character development, it's a different side of Vegeta, but again, it just never made any sense to me that he skipped Super Saiyan 3. His appearance was heavily lacked. I personally never took Vegeta serious because he just gave off that vibe like he wasn't the same Vegeta that we came to know in Dragon Ball Z. And that brings me into my fourth point, which is Vegeta's alternative way to become a Super Saiyan 4. He had to use blood wave transfusions. I mean, that was so stupid for him to use transmitters for him to become a Super Saiyan 4. He cheated to become a Super Saiyan 4. That is something that Vegeta would never do, is allow someone to help him reach his goal. I mean, that even goes back to fusion, you know, like, even when Goku asked to fuse with Vegeta, he was like, no, you know, a Saiyan has his pride and stuff. Where in the world was Vegeta's pride when he allowed himself to succumb to cheating and allowing himself to skip Super Saiyan 3 and altering Super Saiyan 4 by using blood wave transfusions? I mean, it was just so bad. So Vegeta in Dragon Ball GT was heavily butchered. If you guys agree, let me know. If you guys disagree, let me know, because Vegeta is a character that I can relate to a lot. I'm a professional wrestler in real life, and I have Vegeta's theme song as my theme when I come out. So Vegeta's a very passionate character for me, and seeing him conduct business the way he did in GT was so bad. He got beat up and taken over by Baby. He got beat up by Super Android 17. He got beat up by the Shadow Dragons and Omega Shenron. So that was just so bad because they nerfed Vegeta so much. They allowed him to become this useless secondary character, and that was never Vegeta to begin with. I mean, he was always a character that had enough pride to fight until the very end, and more often than not, towards the end of the series, he gave it his all as a Super Saiyan 4, but not enough to where we were like, oh my god, this is the greatest character ever. Because, I mean, granted, there are people out there that are, you know, Vegeta fans, and I am one of them, and Vegeta throughout Dragon Ball GT never ever had that one epic moment that made him stand out. Not one, man. I mean, granted, Super Baby Vegeta was the only good thing going, but aside from that, like, that was just very bad. Like, seeing him skip Super Saiyan 3 and cheat to become a Super Saiyan 4 was just very, very bad. Now, speaking of Super Saiyan 4, my next point, the fifth point, the underutilization of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. They bring in possibly the strongest character in Dragon Ball history, right? They bring him in, and they allow him to become this arrogant, brash, you know, self-centered clown that could have ended one of the most powerful villains ever in a very epic moment, but instead they're seduced and succumb to being a comedy act. Now that, for me, I was very pissed off, because the moment I saw Gogeta and he bloodied up Omega Shenron without even touching him, that was so awesome. Do you guys remember when, you know, Omega rushed him and Gogeta hit him with 3 hits, but he hit him so fast that nobody was ever able to see him coming? You know, like, you know, he even told Omega, wow, 3 hits and you already have a bloody nose. And Omega's like, what do you mean 3? And Gogeta's like, well, I'm going to slow him down so you can see him for yourself. Like, that was awesome. And they showcased him being a clown. He was doing the whole bluff Kamehameha wave. He did the whole, you know, after image technique where there were multiple Gogetas. And, you know, like, especially when he used the Big Bang Kamehameha and Omega Shenron survived. Like, alright, I get that, but right then and there, Gogeta should have took the fight serious. They should have had more of a back and forth struggle, but instead they had it to where Gogeta completely manhandled him. And if they were going to do that, why not have Gogeta win? I mean, we do know that he's going to separate eventually, so why not just capitalize on that? You know, one of the most powerful fusions ever just thrown away to the wasteland. And speaking of fusions, point number 6, where was adult Gotenks? Anybody here had a problem with that? Because I did. Even though I believe that Goten and Trunks did not have the same power level as they did when in Dragon Ball Z, still, I mean, they have adult Gotenks in Dragon Ball Heroes. They have adult Gotenks everywhere else. So where was he in Dragon Ball GT? They spat in the face of the fans. They spat in the face of Gotenks. And for me personally, I just took that the wrong way. And they completely just threw the characters away from Goten and Trunks. They were made to out. They were ultimately made out to be just lackeys, secondary characters, not important. And that really pissed me off. So, and that leads into my 7th point, the character nerfs. They nerfed Gohan, they nerfed Future Trunks, well, GT Trunks, excuse me. We never even saw what happened to Future Trunks, but yeah, they nerfed Gohan, they nerfed Trunks, they nerfed Goten, they nerfed Oob, they nerfed the fuck out of Piccolo. Piccolo was in hell. Why? Why? That was so freaking stupid. I mean, Gohan was supposed to be one of the most powerful characters coming out of Dragon Ball Z, and now he was one of the useless characters, one of the most useless characters in Dragon Ball GT. The same thing applies for Majub and stuff, for Gohan, Piccolo and stuff. Majub was supposed to be this epic fusion between Majin Buu and Oob, but instead, Baby destroyed him. It was just, it was so bad. Like, I just felt like I was watching something very horrible in front of me. Like, I really wish that they utilized the characters more. I really wish that they did more with these characters, because these are characters that we all came to love, and ultimately they were reduced to garbage characters. So, and that leads me to my my 8th point, which is the pointless fusion between Oob and Majin Buu. That was completely pointless, because once they introduced that, they never really did anything as Majub. Majub got the crap beat out of him by everybody, so what was the point of even fusing those two? It just made no sense at all. That was just very, very bad. If anybody agrees or disagrees, let me know. Another underutilization was the underutilization of Omega Shenron. I mean, he just wasn't strong enough, in my opinion. If Kid Buu was able to grab a Spirit Bomb and throw it back, why wasn't Omega Shenron allowed to do the same thing? I understand it's a universal Spirit Bomb. It has the power from the universe. Still, solidify the enemy here. This was supposed to be the be-all, end-all character, and instead, he just took the hit and died. And throughout the entire fight, I believe that he wasn't made out to be a very good enemy to begin with. There was something about him that was a little off. And that really upset me, because I wanted to see more out of Omega Shenron. So they completely shat all over Omega Shenron. And lastly, Super Android 17 being stronger than Super Saiyan 4. 17 plus 17 equals more powerful than SS4. That is complete dog shit. That bothered the crap out of me. I don't understand how in the world that even came to be. I think that Super Android 17 was a complete joke. When he fought Goku and stuff, Android 18 got in the way and all that stuff. It was just very bad. He could have been a very malicious and very dangerous character, but instead, they decided to just throw him away as well. I mean, he wasn't dangerous. He wasn't posing a threat at all. All he did was absorb attacks, and that was the end of everything they did. So, I mean, personally for me, I would have done more with Super Android 17, but instead, they decided to crap all over him, so that really pissed me off too. But let me know what you guys think down below, guys, on all the points I made. If you guys agree, let me know. If you guys disagree, let me know. And once again, everybody, thank you all for watching. If you guys are Dragon Ball fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all the latest news, information, and updates. If you guys enjoyed the discussion video, don't forget to smash that like button, leave your thoughts in the comment section below, tune in for more, and I'll be seeing you all in the next debate. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.